Good morning. Frankie, you can say good morning. You found an old bone in some of the dirt that got dug up for a project. Slow moving projects. Well, good morning. And thank you for being here. I really want to say shout out to BX Gal. It's been fun talking to you back and forth through messages. I think if we were neighbors, we'd be friends that saw each other often. And I want to say thank you to Janet. Janet, thank you for seeing me yesterday. And, making time to comment on the video that I shared and striking up a supportive conversation. That was very sweet and helpful. It was helpful. Sometimes when we're going through things, we don't necessarily need someone to have all the answers. This is just lavender water in a reused bottle. I love that smell. I washed my face earlier and I didn't get a chance to put on moisturizer because I was running to get in front of the phone so I could say hello and good morning. Let you know I'm feeling better. But then, of course, I got sidetracked. Oh. Yes. My godmother, who's now 90, has dementia. And, she's still so beautiful. And our whole family, they're just blessed with beautiful skin and figures and attitudes, super intelligent, quick and witty. And now to see her so sad and lonely. She's used to being so active when she was younger, and so it's not easy for her to just sit around and have conversations about the same old thing over and over again. And as her dementia has grown, she don't have the energy to do things anyway, but she doesn't have the visitors she used to. Excuse me. At her age, of course, most of her friends have passed away, if not all of them. She does have family members that support and love her. And me, I support and love her. But back to me. I got to see this beautiful woman and be reminded just by looking at her how many beautiful times we've had and conversations and how many times she supported me. I remember when I was in school, for some reason, she started sending me $100, $10, $25 every now and then. And I remember thinking, I don't need that, but how sweet is that? And I wasn't a child. I was, I think I got my second master's degree in my 40s. And it was just the sweetest thing. So, even though, and I know I had her in my life longer than most people get to have someone that they love very much in their life. So I know that there are some people who get mad or emotional because their loved one doesn't recognize them anymore. And I, thank God, have seen that so many times. Maybe it prepared me for it. And I wasn't as invested in her remembering who I was. She used to call me her daughter, a darling daughter, my adopted daughter, my goddaughter, whatever. And this time it was my dear friend, my dear friend. So I somehow I dropped a notch. So I can laugh about it because I was her darling daughter for a long time. And I've seen some people get demoted through dementia, through no fault of their own, of course. And really be upset about it. I'm being forgotten, I'm being forgotten. Well, it's a phase that I think is normal for a lot of people. Because the last thing most humans want is to be forgotten. But I think if we just, like yesterday, I was able to have my feelings. I was able to feel supported. I didn't need to know the right answers. I just needed a little bit of love and support and understanding, place to talk, vent a little bit. I don't like my chemistry with most makeup. And when I find a makeup that I like, especially lipstick, it's usually by the time they're ready to start doing something different. So I miss out on stocking up. So I am putting this makeup palette that I got. I'm sure it's a LA or New York. One of those inexpensive. And it does have frost, which usually I don't buy. But I got it because my neck always looks so white in the cameras. And it has some matte colors that I like. And because I can do a little bit of bronzer kind of thing out of it when I just sweep it back and forth, which is fun to get a little color like that. So back to my dear loved one. Oh God, I've been so fortunate. So I get to just sit in her presence and hear the same thing over and over and over again, which was exhausting because I'm just not used to that. But that's okay. It was only 4 days. And her family takes such good care of her. I was able to take a nap here and there and recuperate. Her family are saints. That's all I know. Pure saints. If I had a perfect scenario of how I was going to grow old, especially if I wasn't well, she is in that perfect scenario. Loved ones who truly care. Beautiful environment. Oh, talk about a beautiful home. Oh my goodness. And plenty of room for visitors like me to come say hello and their family to come visit. Just gorgeous. Oh, my nose is itching so bad. I wish I could figure out where that little hair is. Oh my goodness. Okay. I may have to get a new blush brush, even though I just cleaned them not too long ago. I think it's starting to shed just because of age, I guess, right? Okay. I'm running late. So I just want to say hello and let you know that sometimes we can miss somebody and nobody else has to have the answers. When we have a heartache, sometimes we just want to have someone care or just to be heard. No answers. I have people ask me all the time when I help them process going through a death, or when I help a family with death and dying, which is one of the services I provide and am honored to help with. Is to help families through death and dying, or dying and death of family members or themselves. It's an honor and a privilege. It's an honor and a privilege. Yes. It helps keep me real, I think, to be able to remember that this world is temporary. Well, for most of us. Some people don't believe that, but that's okay. It's temporary as far as how we're experiencing it as we're alive. I don't know, some people think you're going to slide right into another level. But honestly, I don't know. But I do know I'd rather have the spirituality and the belief system I have and be wrong than fight it and find out everyone else was right. But anyway, when people ask me, what do I say to my loved one who's dying, or how do I console someone who's so heartbroken over losing someone? I don't know what to say to my daughter or my mom or dad. And the truth is, they do not need all of your answers usually. Very seldom. Normally what they need is you to just be there within screaming distance. Just so they're not alone. Don't get on them about bathing or eating. They'll do that when they're ready. Let them grieve. You know, if they stand there too long, let them know, okay, time to get in the shower. Let's go. And then leave them alone again. Not alone, but I can tell you this. When I'm grieving, I don't need anybody harping on me. That's for sure. All right, you good people. I gotta go adjust my hair and get on the camera in the office. I love this outlet. I am so blessed. And BX and Janet, thank you so much. It's exactly what I needed this last week. And boy, Janet just swooped right in there, and Y'all are friends. So anyway, love you. Bye.